Hey Sanguinus, it's me, Primal, and I've got a pretty important announcement to make. The Cape Glory Chronicle has been going on for almost 2, 3 years now, and while we've really liked how things have turned out, things have changed a lot. And after considering with the staff and talking to various people, we have decided that we're going to start a new city. Sanguinus is not going away. We're just starting a new setting, and we're going to be doing it by next month. As some of you might know, Cape Glory is actually the third city that Sanguinus has been based in. We always do fictional cities, and the new one will be no different. But we had New Corsica, then we had Crescent City, and now we're going to move from Cape Glory to a new place called Carthage. In Sanguinus, we explored all sorts of different parts of the United States in their various fields. In Cape Glory, we did New England. In New Corsica, we did Louisiana and the Gulf Coast. In Crescent City, we did the worst of the worst parts of the Rust Belt to fit our Sabbat setting. Now, in Carthage, we're going to do something that's more of a melding of Chicago, St. Louis, Detroit, something that encapsulates what is the more regal aspects of the Midwest. I'm not interested in a city that's like Cleveland. What I'm talking about is the intense vertical powerhouses that you see in parts of the middle United States, where finance, industry, and power mix really well. And I think that will be very interesting for it. And even more interesting is the plot that we have brewing for it. We'll be posting more about the plot, and we'll have more stuff available soon. But in Carthage, what you're going to find is a setting in which the jihad and politics are already in full swing. There's a full 200 years of history that I have written up. There's anarch revolts, there's old grudges, bad blood, problems already brewing. You have Primogen who hate each other, people who are already pariahs from their own clan. So what we're really looking at here is a really intense situation from the very get-go. You see, where we come to at a point in Cape Glory is most of the setting that originally existed has gone away for various reasons. And we're trying to reestablish something that has more of a full-bodied feel coming out of the box. We're going to have a lot more NPC interaction in this one, and I'm going to be more directly involved with the running and creation of this game than I was with Cape Glory. There wasn't anything wrong with Cape Glory. It's just entropy hits a setting hard, and we think Cape Glory has really reached the point where we need to move on and make some fun somewhere else for a bit. Otherwise, we don't want to be too stuck in a rut. There's going to be some changes in the way we run things. Mainly, you're going to have a lot of NPCs in this coming setting. People who have histories that you can read through the history of the city that's going to be posted and say, okay, this guy was here, this guy was there, and he's very important to the story that's going on here. But I don't want you to get discouraged and think, oh, there's just going to be all this NPC stuff going on. The plot is designed, the setting is designed in such a way that a city book for vampires should be. Whereas there's a lot of pieces that's been set up on the board, but what it does is set up a situation in which it is interesting and important for PCs to get involved. Some fair warning, though, with that comes with the fact that the setting is a bit more dangerous. When you finally get to take a look at it, you'll see exactly what I mean. There's blood in the water. There's factions moving against factions. There's loyalties to be given and to be taken. And there's people who aren't going to play nice and have serious axes to grind. That makes things interesting, but it also makes it so you can't make a peace because, well, you'll see. Okay, now I know that some of you are asking, okay, Primal, what does this mean to me now? Because I have this character, yada, yada, yada. Some quick things. One, the last month of XP, including the vote bonus, is going to be transferred to the new characters being approved. Two, I'm sorry, no characters can be transferred from this game into another. There's going to be a complete firewall for PCs between this setting and the other, and we're going to severely resist any NPCs transferring over. In fact, I'm pretty much going to say now I don't anticipate any to, much less the familiar city-based PCs that we see here. I'm not going to bring in anyone from Thomasburg to Arnos, Jared, all these characters are not going to show up in Carthage. It is its own deal. It's completely new, completely different. So PCs that have been made for this game, unfortunately, cannot come over. But in reality, you shouldn't want to make a PC that isn't fitted to this new game, because we're going to be starting in the middle of the story to a certain extent, and you'll have the opportunity of creating a character who's been around for a few decades. I'm going to be bringing up some rules for creating broods that you can use in order so you can create characters together and get some bonuses for doing that. So some stuff is going to be coming out over the next week or so about that sort of stuff. And if you made a PC for Cape Glory, I'm going to tell you, it might not fit. You might want to play something else once you finally read the setting, because the two are not going to completely fit together. It's going to be a much more Byzantine feel is going to be going on in Carthage. The thing you don't want to do is just remake your current character with a new name on it and expect it to work out in the new setting. I really don't think you should do that. In fact, we're going to be watching for that, and it's not going to be allowed. The other big thing that's coming down the pipe, and really the only thing that's stopping me from launching this early, is that I'm working on some things that are changes to the actual server software that will help us out and make the game a lot more fun and easier to manage from both the storyteller side and the player side. I'm working on a system right now where you'll be able to submit your characters via a form on the website just by going through and saying, okay, his alertness is 3, whatever, and submitting characters that way. They'll be approved and stored on the website so people will be able to reference them. Eventually, you'll be able to request XP. The influence game will be handled automatically. Stuff like that is coming down the pipe. So right now, the only thing that's really stopping me from saying, okay, let's do this, is I want, in order to make the storytellers' lives easier, and to do this from the get-go, when we put all these new characters in, I'd like them to be sent directly into this new system I'm developing. And that's what I'm going to be doing for the next week or so, is getting that working and online. We're also going to be moving the wiki onto the actual server box, so everything will be under the sanguinis.org domain. Everything's going to go with the new design. You might have noticed that there's been a lot of changes to the website and improvements and these sorts of things. And the reason for that is that we're preparing to move to this online character management system. Now that that's happened, we're going to move and try to start off this setting using this new system, which I should be completing in the next week or two. All right, Sanguinis, I know this is a really big announcement, and this won't be the only thing you're hearing about this. We'll have more information coming out as some things get finalized. There's some very small bits to be nailed down about the setting that we'll be releasing. If you need advice about characters, we will be open to that soon, not right now, but start thinking about stuff. But don't get anything set in stone, because like I said, there's a lot of very particular stuff that you probably want to read before you come up with an idea for your character. So keep your eyes peeled. There's more information coming down the pipe. We're going to keep running the game. There's some stuff brewing. We're going to see what we can have come to a head, see what happens, and see if we can end this with a bang before starting the new Chronicle. But like I said, we're not shutting down the server. The IC plot line is still going on. And we're just going to, after this season is over, we're going to be moving to a new city and new characters. So I hope everyone is excited as I am. I hope you all are looking forward to this. And we'll be having a Ask Primal sort of question soon as well. See you later, guys.